It's really about breaking down all of the individual components into microservices that can be independently scaled and that only have a responsibility for individual capabilities. So what that allows us to do from the engineering side is rather than us making a technology decision at a product level, we can break them down into bite-sized pieces, leverage different technology stacks, leverage different data architecture across the board there.
From Aderant, this is Studio A, the podcast that helps legal professionals like you stay on top of trends and solutions that keep your law firm thriving. Welcome to Studio A, powered by Aderant, your podcast for insightful conversations shaping legal tech. I'm your host, Will Ayers. With the advancement of technology across our industry, more and more law firms are leaning into cloud-based technology. And today we have a special guest on the show. We have Mr. Cody Walker, VP of Business of Law and Platform Engineering, who is joining us to talk about the way the research and development team at Aderant is building this technology. Cody, how are you doing today?
Doing great. How about you, Will?
Doing great. It's amazing to have you on the show. I know we talk about technology a lot. I'm super excited to learn more about the way this technology is being built. So that's why we have you on this episode to take a deep dive into the way that you guys are reshaping the legal industry overall. So you ready to jump right in?
Yeah, happy to be here. Let's do it.
Can you give us an overview of what Stridyn is and the way it powers Aderant's product suite?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, so you can think of Stridyn not as much as a product that we traditionally be putting out, but the underpinning of all the cloud applications that we're building here at Aderant. So it's really a framework that's providing a common layer of services to be able to build on top of, to be able to rapidly innovate and enhance the products that we're putting to market. So you can think of things like security, unified API contracts, and a broad data access layer that provides insights across the applications and provides the ability to leverage AI on top of that. The primary focus here, it's really about speaking the same language. It's about breaking down those silos so that you're really looking at it from an end-to-end compliance rather than an iTimekeep application, a Bill Blast application. iTimekeep talking to Bill Blast, it's true for third-party integrations. Onyx is a great example of that, right? So if we look at it today, Onyx provides you the ability to manage and enforce your compliance rules across multiple Aderant applications.
I know Expert Sierra is a cloud-based technology as well. What's the difference between Stridyn and Expert Sierra?
Yeah, so you can really kind of think of this as a multi-step journey. So when we talk about Expert Sierra, the first thing you really look at is it's taking that management layer, it's taking that overhead from firms' IT departments by moving the expert applications up into the cloud. But beyond that, it really starts to break down that barrier that we've traditionally had with the on-premise communication. So it allows firms to take advantage of the cloud-native, cloud-first applications that we're putting out of the box without lengthy upgrades, without backporting and tying it into your on-prem environment. On top of that, it's all about faster adoption. So what it allows us to do is start to swap out and build those backing components, put them in place with your existing Sierra environment with no lengthy project plan and really with no changes to how you would operate in the environment.
Now, I've heard you discuss rapid innovation before. What does that mean for law firms now and in the future?
It really means the ability to take on these new components and to be part of that feedback loop from the beginning. So as we're going out and we're building components, we're building these core Stridyn capabilities, we're able to offer them across the product suite from day one. So what that means for law firms is that you can go and pick those up in a self-service manner. You can opt into beta features, you can opt into private previews. And on top of that, you can go and start to customize your environment with the existing pieces in cloud using things like feature flags to provide a single set of services that are adaptable to the environment and the configuration, the security, whatever the law firm needs on their side to enable their business.
Artificial intelligence is still a huge topic across the legal industry. Where does AI fit into Stridyn?
It's really about step one, building that data layer, breaking down those silos. So if we think about it today, if going back to the conversation about Sierra, that data has traditionally been locked away either in your on-prem environment or in the case of Sierra, isolated to your tenant. What we're able to do by building out that data layer is pair that data up with your iTimekeep data, with your Bill Blast data, with your conflicts data, with all of those aspects natively within the cloud, instead of having to have that back and forth communication via connectors into your system. Once you have that data and you can provide the reporting insights out of that data, you can take it one step further and add on Ask Maddie, our AI capabilities, to provide the back and forth conversation like we're having today across any of the different products. So you can not only go and ask questions about your time entry system, you can have a conversation about your data as a whole, really understand that life cycle from time entry all the way through the compliance scenarios into the billing life cycle.
So it sounds like you guys are building technology and AI technology that's more than a chatbot. It can work across the product suite for a variety of things.
If you think about it today, we do this all across the board in our daily lives, right? If I pick up my phone now and I'm talking to Siri, I don't want to have to click into my email and ask Siri a question in that context and then it not understand my messages, my calendar, etc. It's really about unlocking those capabilities so that you have the broad scope of knowledge to give informed information back to the user.
What is your team doing to ensure that you're building the right technology? And can you discuss the approach that you all take to solving problems? Because there are many different types of problems that law firms may face every day or that may arise. So just kind of take us through that process of your approach to building the right technology to ensure that it's enabling law firms to run a better business.
Absolutely. And I think it kind of goes back to that robust cloud foundation that we leverage as an underpinning for Stridyn. It's really about breaking down all of the individual components into microservices that can be independently scaled and that only have a responsibility for individual capabilities. So what that allows us to do from the engineering side is rather than us making a technology decision at a product level, we can break them down into bite-sized pieces, leverage different technology stacks, leverage different data architecture across the board there.
Before we wrap, from an industry standpoint, where do you see cloud technology going and what excites Cody the most about cloud technology and innovation across the legal tech space?
What excites me, I know it's going to sound kind of cliche in what's going on today, but the pace at which AI is moving is kind of astounding. And I know today we've been talking about AI use for my end users, for the firms themselves. But if I take a step back and look at it, the use of AI just from the cloud vendors that I utilize, as well as the development tools that my team utilize, is something that I couldn't have predicted just a few years ago. It's really exciting to see, the Amazon, the Microsofts of the world putting out all of these technologies, leveraging their own AI capabilities to really unlock new capabilities with all of the cloud technologies that are out there. And then on the flip side of that, it really allows us to increase our productivity as an engineering team by leveraging some of these tools, some of these insights that we get day to day in our development environments.
Well, Cody, it's an exciting time for the legal industry overall. You guys are at the forefront of that innovation. So thanks for stopping by to talk to us about all of the super cool things that you guys are doing. And I definitely want you to join us again. We got to do these random check-ins with you to learn about all of the new technology that you guys are building.
Absolutely. Well, you know where to find me.
Thanks for listening to Studio A. For more from this episode, visit Aderant.com. Be sure to follow and subscribe on all major streaming platforms so you never miss a beat. We'll see you next time in Studio A. Thanks for listening to Studio A. For more from this episode, visit Aderant.com. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss a beat, and we'll see you next time in Studio A.